Well, unless your carpet was just installed, odds are it could benefit from a cleaning. And GreenDog Carpet Care, it does go a little bit further than that, though.
They use gold standard products to protect your carpet. They also take care to protect your furniture while they're in your home.
Brooke Brower is here to explain again, and Johnny Oberding is also with us. Good to see you, Brooke.
Nice to have you back. Hi, Johnny.
You guys have taken over this studio right here. You got all this equipment in here. Where do you want to start?
We bring a lot to bear when we come into the home, that's for sure, and that's one of the reasons why we protect it. There's furniture sliders and protectors underneath all the legs of the furniture. There's corner guards around all the walls and all the furniture, so no piece of equipment touches a wall, no piece of equipment touches a hard surface. That's why there's blankets and towels at every entry. But the process is really what makes us different.
Indeed, because it works, and you've got all of this equipment, these different steps that point that out. Where do you want to start here?
Well, we'll start in the beginning. We believe in kind of sweeping before you mop, if you will, since we're going to be doing a steam cleaning at the end. So we use this machine with these brushes to dig out the embedded pollutants and pet hair and allergens, etc. first.
It's a high-tech vacuum cleaner is what it is, right?
It's hooked
really deep.
It's actually kind of hooked. It's hooked to the V8 of our van. So if that gives you any idea of the power behind it. And that brings up the nap of the carpet too, so you have that fluff back afterwards like when it was new.
Yeah.
So after we're done with that, we spray a disinfectant everywhere that we're going to clean, and we shampoo it with this rotary machine. Every carpet's a little bit different, so just like we have different types of brushes for different types of carpet, we also have different types of bonnets.
Mike, will you grab the bonnet with the pet hair on it down there?
Thank you for the instructions, Mary.
Well, I want our
let me
viewers
get down
to see
here.
this.
This was used. This has pet hair on it, right?
So,
exactly.
Brooke, if somebody has, let's say, a golden retriever, right? There's a chance that's what the pad would look like
That
once you
is.
left
So
the home.
is this a before and after that I'm holding
Basically, yes.
Pretty much?
That removes most of the hair, that removes the rest of it.
That's amazing.
Different types of carpet, we use different types of pads. Some are more absorbent, some are more aggressive, etc. It depends on how nice the carpet is, really.
But you know, the homeowners have no idea that's in their carpet, especially if they have that beige carpet, many of us have.
It's not
It
visual.
blends right in.
You're right. But removing those allergens before we clean is super important because we don't want to activate those things with the steam cleaning. We don't want it smelling like wet dog afterwards.
Thank you.
You know?
No, you don't. So then you move down this way.
We move after we're done shampooing, we blacklight it to see if there's any pet deposits in the carpet.
We have all kinds of pictures that support this, that show actual jobs
And
you've
you
done.
find things that you can't see through the naked eye.
You can't see it at all until you hit it with the black light, but it's important that we first identify where those things are so we can treat them ahead of time.
So these are all, as we see these little spots of blue, those are all pet stains?
That's correct.
Wow.
And we have different ways of treating them. We have kind of an a la carte pet menu, if you will, as far as the services that we provide. But primarily, one of the things that makes us different is the fact that gravity plays its part, and these pet deposits end up in the padding. And we can actually pour an oxidizer into the pad the same way the pet does, and we flush those things out with a tool like this that's meant for flood extraction. And if there's a lot of deposits, we actually pull the carpet up and remove that old padding, because that's where most of it's at.
Because you're not going to get it all out of the pad if it's really deep and saturated, right?
Exactly. So in that case, we just replace the pad and clean both sides of the carpet, put it all back like new.
And some people wonder, they're like, why does my house smell like a pet, like a dog? It's because this stuff that you can't see has been soaked into the carpet.
That's right. The padding is like a sponge. It's going to retain most of it. So if you don't address that, you're only going to remove part of the odor, basically.
And people might have their own shampooer at home. It's just not powerful enough,
unfortunately, it puts down water. It doesn't have enough suction, and you end up spreading it around and pushing it deeper into the pad. So that's why we address it that way.
Wow.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Well,
you know what you're talking about here,
once we're done flushing those areas out, then we move on to a steam cleaning. And you can see there, on the screen that we're identifying some of those pet areas before we flush them. That's the tool that we use to flush those areas with.
Yeah, I'm glad we're looking at this video, because I feel like this is one of the things that sets GreenDog apart, especially for those of us with dogs or cats, anything at home, where you're trying to get rid of not just the look of stains, but the odors that come with them.
And you're going right to the source. You're finding where these spots are, and you're treating it the right way.
Exactly, and that's the oxidizer that they're putting over the carpet there, and then we flush those things out. And that's actually done under the black light so that we can watch the fluorescence of those things disappear.
Wow.
As it's being extracted.
So what were you going to say earlier about the steam part of the process?
The last step, obviously, once we've kind of swept before we mopped and then shampooed, is that we put it through a rinse cycle. It's like your clothes. You need to put it through a soap cycle, then a rinse cycle, and that's what the steam machine, the steam one is for.
This is like heavy duty.
And that's hooked to the V8 in the van as well. And the carpet is more or less pressure washed with heat and then extracted, so it's all flushed out.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we use fans to speed dry those areas so that the carpet's not left saturated after it's been cleaned.
Carpet is your main focus, but do you do other items in the house?
We absolutely do. We do tile and grout cleaning. marble, any type of hard surface.
Upholstery?
We do upholstery, we do area rugs.
Wow.
In fact, behind you is a, I'll sneak behind you. Behind you is a machine that we use.
Yeah, there's all kinds of equipment laying around here.
This machine actually spins as it pressure washes and vacuums at the same time, so that we can pressure wash.
So
the
it shoots
grout
water
lines.
down and it sucks it up
Right.
at the same time.
We clean the grout lines at about 1,000 psi. But before that happens, everything's scrubbed and then rinsed, similar to what we do with the carpet. So, and we use green products in all of our services, whether we're cleaning upholstery, we have different upholstery cleaning tools that we use, or whether we're cleaning tile, carpet, etc.
There's so much stuff here. We're almost venturing off into the weather center over there.
Right.
Well, you have a lot of stuff here. How many steps are there actually in the process?
To be honest, we've lost count. We've added so many things over the years, and it's become so comprehensive that I don't know, 20.
How close to new can you get the carpet?
In most cases, even if it's not like new, it'll look and smell like new.
Wow.
You know, even if the padding's not addressed. So
here are some of the images that show you just
that's the rinsing
how
process.
effective
Exactly.
this is.
And we carry green products and anti-allergen lines. So if you have someone in the home that has a child with asthma or allergies, etc.,
Or an adult.
or an adult,
Yep.
And especially if you have pets in the home, we have special green products that we use, an anti-allergen line that'll actually remove the dust mites and keep them from reproducing. It denatures them. And we actually carry the first green version of Scotchgard that we can put on the carpet afterwards, because we concentrate on leaving no residue. So if we're going to use any products at the end, we want to make sure they're green or botanical in nature.
If it's the first word in your name.
That's right.
The green is the foundation of what you do.
And I've got an example here of what the green protector does. If we've applied it to one side of these cards and we haven't on the other.
Okay, here I'm going to hold these up so our viewers can see what's getting ready to happen here.
So if I pour this, well, it's soaking into the card, as you can see, just like it would into your fiber, and then it's going to permanently stain it. Whereas the area that's been treated, it's kind of like wax on your car.
Here, let me try to hold this up.
And then if it comes off, as you can see, there's nothing on the back side of the side that's treated.
So it's not penetrating.
It's almost like wax on your car.
Wow.
Everything's going to beat up.
We said before, it's not just about cleaning, it's about protecting the investment.
Whether we're talking about the carpet that we cleaned or the areas that we're working in.
We have this special offer. So you've seen what GreenDog can do. Now let's talk about getting everything clean for $125. That's up to 500 square feet as long as it's on the same floor level. And then all of these options in terms of lifting pet odors and stains, you'll save 50% on those just by mentioning the morning blend. Call to make your appointment is 402-972-7665, and then you can learn more online at greendogcarpetcare.com. We didn't ask Johnny a darn thing.
No, we didn't.
Johnny, it's good to see you.
I'm the good-looking one.
Good to have you here nonetheless.
He's here for looks only. But no, people call GreenDog. Right, it is. People call GreenDog when they've tried everything else.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Basically, we're here to restore it where everybody else has failed at the end of the day.
Thanks, Brooke. Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Johnny.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
And we finally heard from Johnny.
He said something. All right, you've seen white diamonds, but what about blue? What about green? I think there's also red diamonds.
Yeah.
We're going to bling it on. That's still coming up.
First, what to do tomorrow. See what Lindsay Thies found on her trip to Missouri Valley.